cyberpunks and retro nerds out there. It's Tommy the Hammer. Today I thought we would lighten shit up on the channel just a little bit and check out this British horror comedy called Slaughterhouse Rulez. This movie's got Simon Pegg and Nick Frost in it. You guys probably know them best from their movies Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, World's End. A lot of horror, sci-fi, comedy elements seem to be prevalent in a lot of their films. And I gotta be straightforward, I don't know a thing about this movie whatsoever, but I saw it at one of our local department stores the other day, and I'm a huge fan of both actors. I like British comedies, and I'm really in the mood for something like this. So I'm gonna go ahead, peep the flick, you guys get that trailer, and when we get back, you're gonna know my opinion on Slaughterhouse Rulez.
Welcome all to Slaughterhouse.
This is the school pecking order. At the top, we have the bat. In the middle, cleanse your eyes. And then down at the bottom, Wooten.
Who's Wooten?
That's Wooten.
I'm afraid Mr. Prigg will be unable to teach today or ever again. He died here. Alone. Anyway.
There's something in the woods.
That hole is a gateway to hell.
Now, who wants to buy some drugs? They just ate half the upper sink.
Now we can blow shit up.
Language, Wooten!
To the schooner!
All right, I'm going as fast as I can. You're making me nervous. Seatbelts, everyone.
Okay guys, so the bottom line, Slaughterhouse Rulez is a teen horror movie, or as some people call them, tween horror movie. The difference though between a standard American tween horror film and Slaughterhouse Rulez is that this movie actually has some interesting elements going on for it. I feel like the overall story and narrative is actually kind of enjoyable, and sure, it comes, at things from a very progressive and liberal standpoint, but that's not a problem for me. I believe in those politics, personally speaking, but, I really feel like this movie kind of goes for it in terms of a positive message and a horror movie that's a creature feature. There's a lot of likable characters, a lot of really great scenes of, comedy relief, and the overall special effects with the creatures was actually kind of well done. It reminded me of a mix between Harry Potter meets Feast or Tremors. And, the story itself revolves around this idea of, this elite boarding school that happens to be in the same area as a fracking site that unleashes a cavern, and a bunch of insane looking creatures come out of this cave and just start slaughtering everybody on the campus. I gotta admit too, I thought the special effects on the monsters was actually pretty well done. They're hands-on, old school animatronics, and then there's certain scenes where they actually use some CGI, but it's all tastefully done. So if I had to voice one major complaint about this movie, it's its overall pacing. It's painfully apparent that this movie is low budget, and these low budget restraints really hold it back from being truly an awesome midnight cult movie horror film. It's about an hour and 40 minutes long, but in my opinion, I feel like the director should have shaved off about 30 minutes, got to the point a lot faster, and the movie would have benefited from it greatly. So if you can get past some of its, minor shortcomings, and you're looking for a movie where there's a strong emphasis on comedy and old school, corn syrup and liquid latex special effects, then Slaughterhouse Rulez is definitely a fun movie in those regards. But if you're looking for something that's better than Shaun of the Dead, well, this certainly is not the movie. Slaughterhouse Rulez just, it reminds me of, a pot boiling soup, and it's not quite getting to that percolating level. This movie, it culminates, there's a lot of, whiz-bang dialogue, and there's certain crackle to the overall characters in the film, but there's just something missing, and I gotta say, it's probably the overall budget. So at the end of the day, I gotta give it a star count, and in my opinion, Slaughterhouse Rulez is maybe a 6.5 out of 10.